What's up, cellar dwellers? We just got done, well, Pam and I just got done watching the 1996 Uncle Sam. And Pam doesn't really want to be on camera. So we're doing this as much in the dark as we possibly can, in the style of Dan and Stephanie. Pam, there you are, hi. So, plot of this movie. They're two sisters, right, living together, and one of them is the son. I don't remember their names, right?
No, he's the brother.
He can't be the brother.
Well, he's the brother of the kid's mom, and then...
No, Uncle Sam is. I'm talking about the kid that lives with the mom and the aunt, I guess.
Yeah. Ralph?
I don't remember names. I'm so bad. So, basically, the plot of the story is this kid looks up to his uncle who's died.
Ralph. Not Ralph. Ralph is the boyfriend.
Just let's forget names. Does that make it easier, Mr. Dinkin? Okay, so in the beginning of the movie, you see a couple guys in the army that are out in Kuwait. They were fighting out in Kuwait. On a scene of what would be a friendly fire. There's some dead bodies laying around. Sergeant gives an order to one of the guys to go look at the bodies inside of the downed chopper to see if... What is this, like an outtakes?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Down chopper to get the dog tags. And they find Sam Harper, that's the name. And Sam Harper, he looks like he's charred. He ends up shooting this guy in the chest, this naval officer, army officer, whatever. And that's how the movie begins. So it's actually like a really good way to begin the movie. And then you find out that this kid, his nephew idolizes him. His name's Sam, so he refers to him as Uncle Sam. He idolizes him, has his like Purple Heart and all these medals that he won. And his mom is the sister of the girl that was married to him. So, what's his name? Ralph that we're going with?
No, Joey is the kid.
Joey is the kid. Jody, that's right, Jody. So Jody idolizes his uncle and wants to be in the army. And his aunt was always afraid of Uncle Sam, and so was his mom. Names don't matter. So essentially, the dead body of Sam gets delivered to his mom's house or his aunt's house, and the dead body is just there because she wants to bury him instead of having the army do it, which is very strange. And at some point, they cut to a scene where kids are drinking in the cemetery and throwing cans, like beer cans, into his grave. And so those kids were killed first, right? Those are the first three kids to get killed because they're disgracing America. They're disgracing his grave in the cemetery in general. So then the boyfriend of Jody's aunt talks about scamming the IRS, and he ends up dying at some July 4th parade. There's a officer that took weed from some joints from some girl at the parade. She gets killed. The girl lives. No, she gets killed because she shoves her face into the grill. And the cop dies. There's the president or someone, like a mayor there or something. He gets killed because he's hard on how much he doesn't want to be at this friggin' July 4th parade. And there's like some kid who's like a fortune teller. He's blind, but for some reason, I have no idea. The movie is fucking weird. So essentially, Uncle Sam that died in the beginning of this fucking movie comes back and kills everyone that disgraces America, right? That's essentially it. And he's dressed in an Uncle Sam costume because he killed some guy with the really long legs that they do, like so they're on stilts, like 30 feet in the air. He killed that guy because he was a peeping Tom on some girl, and he stole that costume for the July 4th parade. So he's running around the July 4th parade killing everyone. It was really weird. So, would you say it was creative in any way?
Not really.
I mean...
I have in a house horror movie?
Because he's kind of like a zombie. Like, so it was more. I don't know. I don't know that this is horror.
It says it is on there.
It does.
I mean, some parts are. I don't know. I feel like a horror movie is like just like non-stop scary, where this was like just parts. You know what I mean?
Well, it depends on what type of horror movie you're watching, because like the highbrow stuff that I've watched from the 40s and 50s and stuff is a totally different style of horror, where like The Exorcist, or which I shouldn't have mentioned, but I did, or like Child's Play, is like what you're saying, it gets started and it just never ends. Like it's always keeping you into it. This movie, I haven't looked at the budget or anything, but I would say it's creative in the fact that I guess it's not really, that's creepy how it does that. So that's, now the cover makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
It does.
I think it was creative in a way that, no, I'm trying to make something out of nothing. Basically, they took a zombie movie and like smash it together with like a horror movie. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was okay. Creative wise, I guess it was okay. We'll get there. Was I sucked in? Were you sucked in at all?
No.
No. I was waiting for it to end the entire hour and a half. Did the music or effects make it work for you? Like, did the music make you on edge or anything?
I mean, the music wasn't horrible, I guess.
I think the music did pretty well. Like, there were certain parts where it was creating tension.
Yeah.
Even though the movie was really hard to get into, it was creating a tension. So the music did pretty well. Lasting impact. Now, Dan uses lasting impact like, am I going to go to bed and have bad dreams about it?
Nope.
But I've been using lasting impact as, will I remember this movie?
I'll remember how bad it was.
Right. But it made an impact on you one way or another, poorly or...
Yeah.
Like, if somebody said, oh my God, I bought this awesome movie, Uncle Sam, you'd be able to look them in the face and be like, you're an idiot, essentially, right?
Right.
Because it made a lasting impact on you. And then finally, I've been avoiding this, but do you think VHS made a difference to this movie?
No.
So do you think if you saw it on DVD, you'd have the same?
Yeah.
So this movie was clearly low budget. I haven't looked at the budget or anything yet, but you can just tell that it's low budget. Poor acting, unknown actors, shoddy camera work. I think most of the budget was spent on Uncle Sam's zombie-looking face, because it was probably, you would say his costume was probably the best part of the movie, right? Like once he takes his Uncle Sam costume off. So burned body Uncle, referred to as Uncle Sam because he's dressed up as Uncle Sam at this parade. His face and like the burnt hair and stuff was definitely the best part of the movie. I think VHS made a difference because like the explosions, even his costume, probably like the fuzziness of the VHS tape, I think it helps with that because it hides some of the bad stuff. There was some stuff in this movie that was taken from Halloween, like creepily standing there. Child's Play, I just watched that last night. Remember the camera angles? Even for Halloween, it looks like you're the killer, or do you know what I mean? Because the loud breathing, that comes from Halloween. That was first happened in Halloween, because you're looking through the mask and you can hear the breathing and everything. That Halloween is like the birth of slasher films, and this is like a 1990s slasher film, so a lot of the stuff it took was from Halloween. The breathing through the mask, when the camera was real low at some point, I don't remember whose eyes we were supposed to be looking through, but it was very Child's Play, which is when you're Chucky, essentially, in that movie. So they stole a lot of stuff, but you could say that about any horror movie. But I think the VHS made a difference because of some of the shoddy camera work and stuff like that. I think it made a difference. If you had to rate this movie on a 1 through 10, 1 through 10, what would you give it?
3.
3. Damn. Probably pretty fair, actually. They had a vision. It wasn't executed well. And this came in 96. Child's Play was 1988, so they had basically 18, 20 years to perfect anything, even on a low budget, and they couldn't do it. They tried, they didn't do it well. I'm gonna give it, damn, I think I'm gonna agree with you,
Yeah.
a 3. And I think that's generous. I really think that's a generous score, because it's such a bad movie that you could legitimately give it a 1 and feel okay with it. You could sleep at night doing that. But I think a 3 is fair. So that's the 1996 with my wife Pam. You can't see it now, but that's the cover. And even though it was awful, I'm glad I own it, because it's actually a hard to find item. So Uncle Sam, 1996. Peace out, cellar dwellers.